Pushpa Bector, the Senior Executive Director at DLF Retail, Luxury and Shopping Malls, is joining us on the show. Pushpa, hi, good to be speaking with you. Well, we've all been discussing all those Black Friday sales that have been there at malls and the kind of footfalls that we have seen. What's been your assessment of the Black Friday sales this year? Better than last year or at similar levels?
Good morning. Yes, actually, it was a busy weekend across our properties for Black Friday. It's now the weekend, right? It's just no longer just a Friday. And I must share with you that surprisingly, it was better than last year. I could say we've just seen the trends. It was 30% more footfall than last year and actually more sales, as much 30% more sales than last year on an average. Some brands have done even better. But I wouldn't go into, this time what happened was the anchors, the strong anchors that we have, the customers really thronged to the anchors, be it, the Zara's, Uniqlo's, H&M's, Decathlon, etc. And that propelled the Black Friday sale. Many customers came in to queue in early in the morning, which was quite heartening to see.
The Diwali just got over, Black Friday is there, and then Christmas is coming. Can the Indian consumer really have this kind of an appetite? Abhi Diwali khatam nahi hua, Black Friday aa gaya and Christmas ka tayari. I'm just thinking through it.
Yeah. So that's a very good question. From our end, we always hope for a good gap between Diwali and Black Friday. If it is too close, then the Black Friday is not as good. It's one of the reasons why this time there was a decent gap between Diwali and Black Friday, Diwali coming in early. So if there is a gap of, say, 45 days between all these three events, we do think that that works and there is enough appetite and consumption. And, I would also like to point out one thing that winter this time is going to be late and long. So people are stocking up for winter in a big way. And so they use this opportunity to stock up.
We were just talking about it, Pushpa, as to how Black Friday sales was a very American concept and how swiftly India has adopted to it. But I must say, it was difficult to even step inside a mall. The footfalls were that strong. But tell me, what was the conversion to sales? And more importantly, what categories saw maximum purchases?
Well, actually, you're right that it was tough to get into some of the stores. And I could say fashion and winter wear saw a resurgence. Without getting into brand specifics, I would say fashion had a strong comeback with the Black Friday. And it was clear to see, be it footwear or winter wear, autumn wear, all of them flew off the shelf. And yes, the numbers have been, shall I say, made us more optimistic for winter this year. And from categories point of view, obviously, there is a rub-off effect on good F&B sales with so many people in the malls. And so the weekend overall did look good. I would also like to point out one more thing. This year we're going to have a very long wedding season. It's the longest, apparently. I keep getting much more educated on the wedding consumption in this country. But the beauty is Delhi NCR is seeing 25% of those weddings. So it's but natural that you will see a lot of people also buying into occasion wear so that during a good discount weekend, so that they are, ready for the wedding season. So people are beginning to do planned purchase, which was a very Western concept, planned purchasing. Now that is what is coming into the country. So Black Friday has aided that planned purchasing. I do need to go to those weddings, so let me go and stock up my wardrobe and look very good at a great price.
Okay, fine. But when you look at the economy, apparel sales are down. When you look at the economy in terms of car sales are down. Excepting luxury, every other category, at least for the quarter gone by, is showing signs of either base effect or a contraction. Do you see that also is there in terms of the brands which you represent? Where select few are doing extraordinarily well, but the mass majority are feeling the heat of a slowdown?
I mean, listen, till H1, and or October too, things have not been as good as what one thought it would be. We were anticipating a strong double-digit growth over last year, which was not the case. So there was a flattening or a tepid sales in the first half of the year, which is why this resurgence of Black Friday weekend and seeing people coming in and stocking up is, a green shoot. I would call it a green shoot. It is not, one has to wait and watch to see how winter really performs, but it has made us cautiously optimistic. You're right that the first half of the year has not been as good as what one anticipated it to be. We went on to single-digit growth rather than double-digit growth.
Right. Pushpa, the other thing, of course, is that there is anticipation and chatter that perhaps the GST rates on luxury goods is actually going to be upped by the committee. If that were to be the case, and there is a talk that it could be up to 35% all the way, could that really hamper the sales and volumes, you think?
Too early for me to comment. All I can say is that so far that category of consumers seem to be, if a pandemic hits, they are not insulated. If there is inflation, they're kind of insulated. So I can give you one element that luxury sales really went up in this market in India when people started consuming domestically. So one only hopes that the domestic consumption stays strong with the right pricing. The other aspect was when luxury actually, they went in, most of the brands, as compared to the home country, they brought the pricing to around a 50% premium, 15% premium to the home country. That also propelled luxury sales in the country. One wants domestic luxury consumption to be great. And I do hope that that trend does not get impacted with a high GST.
What is your definition of luxury? I mean, when we say luxury, when you say luxury is doing well, what's the yardstick which you use?
Well, for us, luxury is really the core luxury brands. Emporio and Chanakya are the two core luxury properties. Chanakya is even more uber luxury with Chanel and Hermes. So it starts with Hermes, Chanel, right, starting on the top, through Louis Vuitton, Dior, etc., etc. And luxury today in this country is also Indian designer wear. I'm not saying Pret, but I'm saying Indian designer wear is also equally luxury. So luxury is, for us, jewelry, watches, apparel, and, apparel having both Indian designer as well as Western. A lot of course, bags and shoes, which are the highest sellers in any luxury stores. So this really is what is luxury for us. Yes, in India, we noticed that, some of them say, oh, this electronic, if it's premium, it's luxury. Well, the definition of luxury is really one where for us, it stops at, say, a Michael Kors, or a Michael Kors is, we would like to think that it's come into a bridge to luxury category. It stops at a Coach or a Tory Burch if it comes to bags.
I have to perhaps talk a little bit about the men's brand also. I can so relate to these bags. My wife and Aisha, they keep talking about it. But what about luxury in men's brand?
Right.
I would like to hear that.
Luxury men
Actually,
has also...
Of course.
No, which ones? Think about it. DLF Mall has very few of them.
Hermes,
So,
Ralph Lauren, there's so much Burberry.
May I say that 50% of consumption in an Emporio is propelled by male merchandise. So men actually contribute to 50% of sales. So we have every suitwear that there is in the world is all there between Emporio and Chanakya, between Brioni to Xenia to, Tom Ford and Baluti, etc. Of course, men also love their watches. Even today, I see that if it's a 70-30 split between men and women when it comes to watches, so and shoes. We think that, men are expressing themselves far more now than they were earlier, and it is seen in the consumption.
To know that you have aspirational brands, but I would insist on using the word for myself that these are aspirational brands, and we will leave this conversation here.
All right.
Lovely to have you back on ET Now. Thank you for joining us.
Same here. Thank you. And Merry Christmas in advance.
Thank you very much. Well,
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.